Party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show, hanging out here in the mothership, which is Studio 22. Of course, driving this big starship into the nether regions, as we'll call it today, because we're in one of those moods, is, of course, the puppet master, Mark Tate, hanging out. He just got back from Virginia. Did you go back to school, Mark? Were you at Liberty University up there?
Yeah, actually, I went by the campus because my parents still live near there.
Yeah.
So, I was, I didn't go to the football game, though, because it was raining and it was cold, and I wasn't that committed.
So you're fresh back from getting fall welled, which is probably what we all needed. We all need a little revival after the Jeffrey Epstein special. And what's funny has been the messages that have come in to me about Candace, the queen of the Ethiopians. Now, give the mic to Candace here for a second, because I want to share some of the messages that I've gotten about this after this Jeffrey Epstein thing. Candace, now I sent you some screenshots of some of these things, but like, for instance, there was one lady who sent me a large amount of documents about a grandchild that apparently has been stolen by another family member, and that's not a funny situation, but it's funny that they want Candace, after seeing her investigative journalistic expertise and her skills in the Jeffrey Epstein episode exposés, that they want her now to go hunting for these stolen people, So, Candace, are you going to freelance now, or are you going to go out and...
I think so. I'm going to start becoming a digital detective in my spare time. I have a lot of spare time, so I'm going to do that. And if anybody wants to inquire, they can email steve@watchchad.com.
Everything goes to steve@watchchad.com.
And you will get all the pricing information you'll need.
If you want to do a legitimate manhunt, and you want to hire Candace to go out there and find your lost child, listen to me. Don't send it to me via private message on Instagram. That's just not how we go about our manhunts around here. Let's get a little more. But the funny thing about it is, I truly believe, Candace, that you would probably do a better job than most private investigators that are out there. But you have gotten marriage proposals. You have gotten plenty of dating opportunities out of this thing.
I skipped over those.
Let me just say that between her private life and the demands that I make of Candace, the queen of the Ethiopians, boys, she has no opportunity for social experience, all right? She is locked down 100%. She is off the market. You cannot have anything to do with Candace. So she is like she's a hot commodity, and she's already been snapped up, boys, so you don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. However, Hot News Natalie is in the business of receiving your pecker pics, apparently, because people just keep sending them to Hot News Natalie. We'll get her in the chair here in a minute, and we'll talk about all you guys, your pecker pics. Guys, don't send your penis in a picture to anyone. It's just nobody wants to see it, okay? Especially after this whole Jeffrey Epstein expose. And now everybody's calling him Eggstein because apparently they were questioning him, and one of the witnesses said that he had an egg-shaped penis, which is, I don't even want to get into his Matryoshka doll, nesting doll penis. I don't want to get into any of this nonsense here. I'm sure that Party Foul Steve will have plenty to say about this idea when we get on here, but don't send your penis to anybody. By the way, Governor Greg Abbott in the state of Texas has now made that a crime, so you can't send any more penis pics. Hot News Natalie thanks you very much. By the way, I want to say thank you to those of you who watched the Epstein expose. We did last night. We ran kind of a summary episode, and some of you yahoos on YouTube, as we were watching it, I noticed that you were saying, "Oh, I've already seen all of this stuff." Yeah, but you don't own it yet. You don't have it because the debates are coming. I just got a message from someone who's in Portland, Oregon, a good friend of mine who's up there visiting family, and she said, "I've never heard this much talk about Jeffrey Epstein." Now, all the radios in Portland are talking about it. And I said, well, just wait till we bring down the government of Portland. Candace, that's coming next. Just wait till you see the expose we got coming in January.
January 2020.
My dear Lord. Candace?
Yep.
Going to be good.
It will. 2020.
People in Oregon are not going to be happy with us, but that's okay. We have some things we want to talk about. Straighten your shit up, Oregon, because I'm telling you, with all this protesting in the streets and your Antifa nonsense, get your shit together because we're coming for you. Party time, Mom. Before we get into this episode tonight, though, I want to remind everybody and thank everybody. We got 20,000 new YouTube subscribers just in the last 7 days, which is fantastic. We're driving everything to YouTube, everything. We're taking it away from Zuckerberg, until he gets his stuff together. We'll expose him, too. Hey, you know, maybe he hung out with Epstein. We don't know. We're not saying he did, but we're also saying we don't know if he did. So we'll put that speculation in your head. But that's huge. So thank you guys for watching the docuseries. We're going to do at least one a month, probably do 2 nights of docuseries on stuff that you... Wait till we get into telling you some things that Candace and I met the other day in the conference room, and the stuff that's out there that we're going to bring you in the next couple of months, you're going to think we're crazy with the ideas that we have. But you know what? We won't tell you anything we can't back up. Isn't that right, Candace?
Correct.
Your silence is deafening. I love that. So, hey, we're going to keep this Epstein thing in the headlines. Last night, you were going, we've seen all this stuff before. It's not for your entertainment value, people. We want to make sure that you're conversing in this because these debates are going to be happening. And by the way, if you're new to the Chad Prather Show, welcome. We're going to premiere new episodes every week, Monday through Thursday. We're getting back on schedule. Of course, Christmas is coming, so we're going to take a little break through the Christmas week. But you can go to my Chad Prather YouTube channel and watch every single podcast we put out airing at 6 p.m. Texas time. That's Central for those of you who don't know any better. Texas time is the only time that matters. If you want to just listen to the podcast on, say, for instance, Google Podcast or Apple Podcast, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all the rest. Those come out at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday through Thursday. Today, we're going to sit down and, as usual, bring you the headlines, the latest news, the off-the-rails stories, as we normally do. I got some things I want to get into, not the least of which is President Trump, of course, leaving the meeting there in London because of Justin Two-Faced Trudeau talking behind his back. And yes, Justin Trudeau, you are two-faced. You are white, and then Halloween comes, and God knows what color you become at that point. So we're getting ready. We're heading hard into 2020. And when I say hard, I mean hard. So get ready. We're coming right back with you for the Chad Prather Show. Hang tight. Stay horned, everybody. We're sitting here in Studio 22, rocking and rolling. A lot of stuff to get to. I'm excited to be back with you guys, basically so I can read an ad to you about TacPack. TacPack is the premier monthly subscription box for military, tactical, and Second Amendment enthusiasts. For just $49.95 a month, they're going to ship you at least $100 worth of gear. You're going to get your AR-15 parts, your EDC tools, knives, cleaning kits, and a mix of other tactical gear and apparel direct to you. And now it's time for them to reveal their next pack, so I want you to listen up. The January pack, kicking off the new year strong with a great EDC AR parts mixed pack. We're teaming up with Hogue Inc. for some awesome upgrades for your kit. And we also have some tactical office supplies in this one. Yes, you heard me correctly. So stay tuned for the February pack as well, featuring an AR part with a value of $200. That is currently being CNC machined in Texas. So go to tacpack.com, and when you use promo code CHAD at your checkout, guess what? They're going to ship you a free mystery bag of tactical goodies shipped out around the same time as your first Tac Pack. And if you're upset that you missed the December pack, just email the team, info@tacpack.com, after you sign up to see if they have any left. Bet they do. So if you're into tactical gear from the best companies for half the price, Tac Pack is for you. Go to Tac. That's TACpack.com. That's tacpack.com. Offer code CHAD. Go get it. I love TacPack because mine came in, and they sent me a new tactical belt, and I've been wearing it like crazy.
I bet you're sexier than ever.
It's not sexy, but it's cute, and it's very functional. I don't know that sexy is what goes with it, but I mean, I tend to like it.
Anytime tactical's in it, it's sexy.
Anything long with Velcro on it, and it's black, and you can put it around. Never mind.
No, it's good.
And Steve's building a new AR-15.
I am.
Party Foul Steve is
with
building
the help of our
gun.
friends over at Texas Gun Experience.
Yeah. hanging out. Calais, and it's sitting over here. Look, oh, how lovely Calais. Oh, my God.
Isn't that the prettiest name?
It is the prettiest name.
love
I
that
was
name.
taking a poop earlier in the dressing room.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how pretty of a name that is.
Yeah.
And I was in a very, it brought me out of a very horrible place in that moment. I just thought about daisies and rosies and peonies. Does anyone ever think about peonies anymore? They should name a flower after you, a Calais. Well, look at you, see? Make sure her microphone's turned on, Steve. There we go. We tend to be,
She's turned on.
we tend to be a seen and not heard sort of show when it comes to women. But
False.
oh, Candace, how did you feel about the Epstein episodes? Did you feel good about them?
I did.
I think
glad.
for a freshman effort for us to do that, I think it was solid. Me, you, and Mark, and you guys just
Quite the team. Definitely.
it worked out pretty good.
It created a buzz.
It did. People are talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it. I got messages this morning from a number of different social media influencers who said, like, my mom loved it. I'm like, well, what about you? You know, I mean, I know that I appeal to a certain demographic. If I had boobs and could catch fish, I would be huge on social media.
Yeah.
You know, like, what is it with all these girls out there? Anyway, I'm talking to the wrong person. Can you catch fish?
I like to fish.
I wanted to go fishing tomorrow over in Arkansas, but there was just too much to do. Too much to do. Bougie Sean and I have started a new show that'll come out next week called Yardbirds. It's going to be on the YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can tune in and watch Yardbirds. And all we're doing is we're just going around eating chicken.
Oh.
And we filmed yesterday. We had the best. You'll have to watch the show.
Y'all are going to be so plus size.
So fat. I told him this morning, and Steve and I were talking about it on the ride to the studio. I said, we almost need to have a Big Brother confessional about an hour after we ate it. Because when you're hungry and you're eating it, it's like the best thing you've ever had. But then afterwards, how does it sit on you? Because it was really good what we ate yesterday, and you'll see it when you see the first episode. It was really good. But then an hour later, I was like, am I happy with myself right now? Like, do I feel good about me at this moment? And then when I was in there pooping, thinking about Calais,
Yeah.
I looked at the product, and it was like, it looks exactly like that chicken.
Maybe you should only eat half of it.
It was the same
No
breading.
matter what, just eat half of it.
Have you ever had a poop with a breading on it?
It just didn't even break down. It just passed through, collected $200, went to the pool.
It's a party time, Mom.
Stay horned.
Oh man, just a chicken fried turd right there, just breaded, gravy and everything. I love it.
I do like something fried, though.
Oh, me too. You can fry a turd and eat it, man. I'm telling you,
Mike
it's just
could.
Mike could.
Mike could.
Mike could. There's your redneck falling right out of your face. Oh, I love it. And you know the thing about it is, Candace has class, and we subject her to this just about every day.
Yeah.
You've come a long way, kid. You've had to put up with a lot over the last year.
I'm a survivor.
You really are.
Yeah.
You know, they threw Candace at me early on. I needed an editorial producer. I needed somebody that was. We had someone in mind who was already here, and I'm so glad they didn't give me that crappy ass Chris Cruz. Like, I was just so happy they didn't give me Chris Cruz. I wanted Chris. I thought Chris and I were going to be doing something together. And I was like, now compared, and I love Chris. Don't get me wrong. When I say crappy, I mean it in the power of the Holy Spirit, with the love of Jesus behind me. But after Candace came on the scene, I was like, who is this kid? You know, it's like one of those Clint Eastwood movies. You're not giving me a partner. My partner got killed. He got shot. You're not replacing my partner. And they gave me Candace, this young rookie, this kid. And she proved her mettle on the hard streets.
Yeah, but you're showing her off now, and people are going to start, like, courting her. That's already happening,
It's
I
already
think.
happening. I'm getting messages every day about Candace. Look at you. You're renowned.
Yeah.
You're infamous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to do T-shirts. We're going to do Candace T-shirts. Candace is my queen.
I'm going to own one.
Yeah, we're going to do a bunch of them. Candace is my investigative journalist.
Yep.
Candace has explored the...
Master digger.
She
She can dig with the best of them.
We're going to do Candace T-shirts, folks. Oh, my gosh. You know what I want to do with you, though? That sounded weird. I want to dress her up like RBG. Like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, put her in a justice. Look at her. Put her on the camera. Look at her. Look at that. We could put a.
Where is this going? Where is this going?
Nah, don't worry about it. I just really wanted to look at my name on the wall behind you. Look at that fantastic new neon sign, the Chad Prather Show. We're coming for you, Beck. Look at it. Looks good, doesn't it? I paid a lot of money for that.
It looks good.
I paid a lot of money for that. Like some things I spend money on, I can get the money back for it. I don't think that's worth a lot on the market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never recoup that.
That's not true. That's not true at all. If you put that on eBay, that would sell.
Don't think anyone
Am I right,
realizes
Colin?
how
I'd buy
much.
Did you hear that?
I don't think anybody realizes how much I paid for it.
I don't know that you could get your full value at this point, but down the road after you're president.
So here's what I have to watch my wife from doing, right? Like she wants to throw stuff away. Like there's shirts that have a little rip in them or whatever. And I'm like, no, but I wore that at this specific show live. Yes. And like one day I might actually be somebody and that might be worth something. Like they might want to put that in some sort of Hall of Fame someplace. Or like I have the original handwritten lyrics to my Snowflake Cry song that I came across recently. And I was like, this needs to be kept because that's a popular thing out there. Moment. And then Jade went in and cleaned out my office. And I don't know that she would have thrown it away, but God only knows where she hid it. So technically, it might as well be in the trash.
Got it.
See what I'm saying?
Where did she put all that stuff that was in your office?
It's to the four corners of the wind.
You couldn't even walk in that office.
It was a lot. You can't walk in it again 2 weeks later.
I believe that.
Because I put stuff in it. Callie, are you a neat freak? Are you?
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is her microphone working okay over there, Marcus? No. It's not, I didn't think so. I know.
Hello.
There she is. Boom. Oh. So you're a neat freak. You're
Very
like an
much so.
organizational kind of person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Cannot do mess.
Your husband's a firefighter?
Correct.
We don't want to talk about him.
Mm-mm.
He's a pretty man.
He's not here.
He's a pretty man. He's sexy in that uniform and the pants. Do you ever get him to wear like the firefighter pants around and the just
maybe
the big waiters, the big fire waiters? I'm sure those have a name that I should know, but what's that?
Yes, if he's on a calendar.
He's on a calendar.
He may be on a calendar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you bring it?
Next time.
Okay. I mean, theoretically, I could be on a calendar. It doesn't mean anybody wants to see,
Hey, you put your face on a swimsuit, you might as well be on a calendar.
I'm April Fresh. I'm the month of April Fresh. When do they start, like, giving scent names a month? You know what I'm saying? Like April Fresh. What does April smell like? Like I want to be November nasty. I mean, what does
December dirty.
Speaking of nasty, Donald Trump is just a horrible human being. Let me tell you, he is such a horrible president. He's just a crybaby. He's a whiny narcissist who has such thin skin and cannot take any criticism whatsoever. And I'm just disappointed with the president because he just cares too much about putting America first. And that just bugs me. Like, why can't we put the rest of the world in front of us and be strong enough and tough enough and thick-skinned enough to just let the world laugh at us while we just embrace globalism? Doesn't that make sense to you?
It completely makes sense.
I mean, let's just be like everyone else on the rest of this shitty globe.
Yes.
This orb we call Earth. These places out there that know good and well that they're horrible places to live. Why can't we just be like them? Oh, I mean, who wants to move up there to Canada with me? Western Canada, love you. Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, I love you individuals, but I don't want to live there. I don't want to live there. And by the way, you guys that keep telling us to become democratic socialists like the Nordic countries, Sweden and Finland and Denmark, they're not socialist countries, and they don't like being called socialist countries. They don't even like being called democratic socialist countries. They don't enjoy that. You know why? Because they're smarter than you dumbasses that live here in America that think that's what you want. But I digress. Donald J. Trump. Steve, do you know what the J stands for?
John?
Just gonna kick your ass. That's what it stands for. Donald J. Trump just called Justin Trudeau two-faced because I want you to take a look at this little clip right here. I want you to take a look at this clip. This is Macron, the president of France. And this is Boris Johnson, who's probably going to continue being the prime minister of Britain. And Yossi Rolo. And leather-faced baseball glove, leather, ugly, wrinkled, nasty, ashy Princess Anne talking behind Trump's back. Play this clip. Is that why you were late? Oh, yeah, he was late because he takes a 40-minute press conference right off the top. That's what Trudeau says. Oh, yeah. He announced. And then you don't hear what he's saying. Blah, 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 blah. He says, you just watched his team's jaws drop to the floor. Oh, look at that. He sits with his legs together. Trudeau. So they're complaining because Trump comes in and he has this press conference, takes 40 minutes to talk about this whole impeachment inquiry. I mean, it's sort of something that's happening that's important. And is Trump going to shy away from a camera? No. Is he going to shy away from a microphone? No. But if you had people chewing your ass out all day long every day and complain about every single thing you do, you might want to be on there being able to defend yourself too. But I digress again. Now, they ask him, after this thing aired, Trump sees it. And look, I will admit Trump is a little bit thin-skinned, and of course he's a narcissist. But I mean, so am I. I told you the other day, that's what my therapist told me, that I'm a narcissist. But I don't know why that insecure jackass wants to project themselves
Just because you're
on
way
me.
smarter.
That's what you ugly people do. So, anyway, Trump calls him two-faced. He backs out. He's like, you know what? Hey, we were going to have this lunch today. I think I'll head on home. I think I'll jump on the plane. I got stuff to do in D.C. And the biggest complaint was he says to Trudeau and to Macron and all those guys, he's like, you're not paying in regards to NATO, which Trump says NATO's a good thing. But NATO, everybody's got to pay their fair share. Everybody's got to contribute. It can't just be America footing the bill for everything. It goes all the way back to this Paris Climate Accord. America was paying everything. China wasn't paying anything. India wasn't paying anything. It goes all these different things that Trump's like, nah, you got to pay your deal. 2%, that's what you owe. So he asked Trudeau, he says, well, how much you paying? He said, well, we increased by 75%. That ain't the answer. How much are you paying? He says, well, we're paying 1.35%. Boom. You got to pay. And so I love it because they said, well, what are you going to do if he doesn't pay 2%? Trump said, we're going to put him on a payment plan. This is why I love Trump. This is why I love Trump. Like, this is like daddy running the household. Like daddy belches and farts and scratches and you know what I'm saying? But it's his house. And that's the way he's going to run it. And you got Trudeau, who the nutless wonder. He's two-faced. He's white most of the year, and then Halloween comes around, and God only knows what color his face is going to become. I mean, he's been blackface 25 times. He's been Indian. He's been both dot and feather. He dressed up like the little Punjabi dude and was dancing around. You remember that when he was out there dancing around with the guy's just a fairy. I'm not convinced he's a man. He's worse than Jessica Yaniv that wants to get his balls felt every time he goes to the gynecologist. Did you see this guy? This Jessica Yaniv guy? You know who this is? The tranny?
Yeah.
I mean, the transgender person. We can't say tranny.
Transgender.
People get mad at me when I say tranny, but it's a compliment. If I say you're from Indiana and I say you're from Indy, you get that. If you're from California and I say Cali, if your name is Andrew and I say Andy, if you're from Australia and I say Aussie, shortening it is not a hard thing. It's not a bad thing. So if a transgender, if I say tranny, I'm basically complimenting you.
Sure.
Virtually. Steve?
Almost.
Basically. So Jessica Yaniv's back in the news because you remember he got some notoriety, he, she, whatever it is, because he wanted his balls waxed and the Brazilian place wouldn't wax his balls.
Right.
And now he wanted to go to the gynecologist. Wanted to go to the gynecologist. Kelly, have you ever wanted a pap smear?
Never.
Never. I mean, who wants their schmear papped?
No.
They take a cold metal speculum.
It's not fun.
They shove it in there, and they just wedge open your vagina, and then they send a spatula or a mascara brush in there to scrape around and pull out the cells, and then they send it off to the lab to see if you got cancer. Nobody wants that done. This guy's pissed off. He's like, I'm going to sue. I'm reporting them because they denied me service. Look here, bruh. What did you want? Where did you want them to stick that speculum? And where's that mascara brush going to go? Like, do you have a cervix? I don't think you do. I don't think you do.
I think he's mentally insane.
It is mentally insane.
Should be locked up in an insane asylum or something.
He just wants people to touch his balls.
Did you just want the doctor to pretend? I mean, what? Because he can't go in there.
I'm going to take my truck to the Harley dealership later today.
Yep.
And be like, here's the thing, man. I'm going to need you to just change out some valves. And they don't do it. I mean, why don't you, hey, Jessica Yaniv, why don't you go to the veterinarian? Go to the veterinarian, see if you can get spayed. I mean, come on. The plumbing is different, okay?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, some people are like, oh my God, that's hate speech. No, it's called common sense, you bunch of retards.
Well, it's factual.
I don't think I'm supposed to say retards, but whatever. I just want to see how much stuff we can get away without bleeping out today.
None of it.
Candace just rolls her eyes at me. Because, see, people complain so much. Like, we were bleeping out so much. Like, when we had the Hodge twins on, it was just language. And finally, they told us, they said, okay, you only have to bleep out the F word. And so now I'm just seeing, and Candace was like, but don't push it.
But don't get crazy.
And here we are.
I don't even I love the word retarded. Not to describe a person who has a mental disability. That's just mean, and I'm being serious about that. But the word retarded is a good word. Like, for instance, your husband's a firefighter. He wears things that are flame retardant. Right?
Correct.
It's a good word. It also rolls off the tongue in a fun and humorous way.
And it's fun to call your buddies a retard.
Well, yes,
if you were
it is,
actually
Steve.
retarded, if you
Yes,
were
it
actually
is.
retarded, we wouldn't call you retard.
No, I mean, like, short bus window licking. I mean, you just have, we love you.
You can't make fun of anybody no more.
You can't, but we do, right? And that's why you people watch this show. And yes, I said you people. I was only talking to the blacks. But whatever. I don't think we have a lot of blacks watching this show.
3 last week.
3? Yep. Did you count them?
Count them.
Were they at your house?
Nope.
Living out back?
Nope.
Steve,
I just watch the comments.
You're so racist.
I watch the comments and then I go look at their profile.
You know who's giving up weed?
Yes.
I saw that.
Willie Nelson.
Why now?
Willie Nelson's been smoking pot for 65 years. That's retarded.
He said he thinks it has an effect on his lungs.
Well,
no
wouldn't that
screaming
be
eagle shit.
something? Well, I mean, first of all, he's 107 years old, right?
Right.
So he's like down to a quarter lung.
Yeah.
They have him wrapped in bubble wrap. And you look at his guitar trigger, which is being held together by rubber bands.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the way he looks, too. Like, he is just pieced together at this point, and I'm hoping he makes it to March because I'm going to the Chris Stapleton and Willie Nelson concert
yes.
at at the baseball field over the old baseball field. So I hope he makes it because I want to see
We're
him.
going to have to hook him to oxygen while he's singing.
Smoked his first joint in 1954. Now, he doesn't want to stop touring. He can't. He probably still owes the IRS millions. So he's got dates lined up. I mean, he's going out with his boots on in the saddle, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so he gave up smoking joints for vaping and edibles, which the edibles, okay, I'm all for it. Somebody told me and Bougie Sean in a picture the other day, somebody commented and said, we look high. Like, y'all look high. And I was like, what if we are?
Y'all did have very red eyes. I noticed that in that
We're
picture.
tired, man. We work hard, Steve.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying
Don't
I
talk
noticed
behind my back, Macron.
I'm talking in front of you.
This guy.
It's not a killer drug. It's a medicine.
So he didn't give up marijuana. He just gave up
Yeah,
smoking.
Well,
Gave
he's
up
always
smoking.
wanted the legalization of marijuana,
Yeah.
right? Can you imagine what I would like to know what a marijuana joint was like in 1954.
I don't
Hold
think
on,
it
I'll call
was.
my mama.
It was probably crappiest stuff you've ever smoked.
You think?
Yeah, I think nowadays the stuff that they have is so much better.
Yeah, with the.
I mean, I don't know because I haven't ever smoked any from 1954.
No, I would like to try it.
Now maybe there might be some 2000.
I'm talking about some good
Late
Papa
2000s.
Green, Papa
Might have
Green,
tried.
homegrown
Maybe.
Hawaiian,
Kush.
straight up ganja, baby, from 1954. Like you just pulled it right out of the yard, and then there it is. Dice it up, throw it in some papers, roll a big old fat cheech.
A little side of chong.
That's probably like organic. You just
Did you just say marijuana's probably organic?
well, you got to slap that label on it so people will buy it.
Yeah. Well, all I know.
Yes.
Speaking of quitting things, Kamala Harris is out for 2020. Thank God. You don't want to talk about something that comes off your cervix in a cancerous form.
It all derailed for her.
So
Good.
let me ask a question about her. Was she a black woman or not?
No,
Because why is she? Is she? I mean,
she's a person of color, but she's not black.
okay. Because
She
I
ain't
was,
oppressed with the pains and tribulations of my people.
okay. I was just curious because I kept seeing some different kind of reports and stuff
Daddy
like that.
says she ain't black.
Oh, okay, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Whatever
Got an
Daddy
Indian
says.
mama. Dot, not feather.
Okay.
She's not Elizabeth Warren
Got it.
Indian. Elizabeth Warren now remains basically the only person of color in the race at this point. I don't know. Cory Booker out of this thing?
He's out.
Cory
he's
Booker.
out.
He's
Yeah.
a
Is he
clown.
officially out?
He's out.
He's
Yeah,
out.
He's out. And then her daddy was what? Jamaican or West Indian? Something like that. Yeah. Like Bougie Sean. Bougie Sean's not black.
He's Chinese.
He's Chinese and West Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she gonna?
But for my purposes, he's black. All right, because
For yard buds.
I got to legitimize.
Do you think
Why you
somebody's-
got to take it there and talk about eating fried chicken, Steve?
I just have to. I can't not take it there.
And Steve, this morning, he's like, well, it's kind of racist what y'all are doing. I'm like, what? We're eating chicken. Yeah, but you know. And I'm like, no, I don't.
I
What
just got
do
a
you
lot
mean?
of chicken jokes.
I'm like, well, we're eating good chicken. We just happen to be buddies.
Do you think that she's going to end up as somebody's courting her for VP?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I mean, I don't know who would at this point in time, but then again, I look at the people who are front runners in the race, like Joe Biden, and this. Yeah, you know, I like it when kids jump in my lap,
that was really disturbing.
rub the hairy legs, and watch me. It would turn my leg hair would turn blonde.
He had an
In
incident.
the sun.
He had an incident at a town hall where the Mexicans were kind of attacking him for Obama's. Can I say Mexicans? That's not racist. I'm
Well,
saying
and
like
just Mexicans.
We're just hitting all the shots today.
just,
Yeah.
no. What I'm saying is they kind of attacked him for. Say you're saying the same thing Obama did, and Obama deported 3 million people.
He was the deporter in chief.
Yeah.
See, that's what people forget. Obama deported more people than anybody.
And then he started saying, "Well, we're not talking about everyone. I'm talking about like, don't you think felons should be?" And they're like, "No, no one should be deported."
Why you want to throw out my cousin Felipe?
I didn't go there. You did.
That's why you want to throw out Eduardo? Eduardo, man, he don't mean to shoot that man. Y'all are
Your
scared to laugh, aren't you?
accents.
Candace is sitting right over there. She's Mexican. She's got cousins that are felons.
What? No.
You're Aztec.
The only felon I know is Party Foul Steve.
You're
Hey, those charges were dropped.
They were,
I am
yeah.
not.
He was
felon. I bought
acquitted.
a firearm this weekend,
they were expunged.
just like all the other Americans
Yeah.
that bought firearms over Thanksgiving.
True that.
A lot of them did.
Lot of
Texas
them.
gun experience.
Lot.
We
Yeah.
will not talk about how much money I spent on that.
But it was a good day for me.
Let me tell you. I can save you some money, though. I can save you some money. Patriot Mobile this week, the House Judiciary Committee begins their show trial. And yeah, I said it's a fake, stupid thing trying to unseat the president, but they're not alone. There are huge corporate interests that are undermining our values and Constitution on a daily basis. Unfortunately, we're subsidizing some of it. Yes, you are subsidizing it with Big Mobile. When you use your cell phone, you're voting for open borders, abortion, gun confiscation, and even, yes, impeachment. So companies like Verizon, they donate millions to left-wing causes. Patriot Mobile is America's only cell phone service that donates a portion of your monthly bill to conservative organizations fighting for the values you believe in when you switch to Patriot Mobile this month. Yes, it's Christmas time. Get a free Moto Z3 play when you open a new line of service. Plus, you're going to get a signed copy of Donald Trump Jr.'s new book, Triggered. It's an awesome book. I called Junior on the phone. I was like, hey, bro, that's pretty damn funny. Who wrote that? He wrote the book, man. It's good stuff. But you get a free phone. You get Don Jr.'s book, all while supporting our values with every call you make. So switching to Patriot Mobile is easy. Keep your number. Get reliable nationwide service and no hidden fees. Go to patriotmobile.com/blaze. Use promo code ZFREE or call 877-367-7524. That's patriotmobile.com/blaze or 877-367-7524. This week, the House Judiciary Committee. Fight back right now. Don't you forget, this week, the House Judiciary Committee, they're starting this whole thing. It starts right now today. By Kamala Harris. She's got basically a tour bus that's just gently used. You can get it cheap.
And a lot of pissed off former employees.
What you gonna do with all that money, honey?
Oof.
No,
But that's the deal. She claimed she ran out of money. And this is what she said. She said she needed to raise $5 million in 2 weeks, a goal she described as impossible. She said, and I quote, "I just don't want to bullshit you."
Great.
Honey, what you been doing since January? That's all you've been doing is bullshitting us.
Do you think she got bought off by somebody else in the Democratic Party?
Nah,
like
she ran
promises for
she ran out of
something?
money. There's always the promises. Yeah. She's, I'm going to do everything in my power to defeat Donald Trump and fight for the future of our country and the best of who we are. Honey, you're going to be hooking on the streets. You see where Google removed 300 Donald Trump ads? It says they violated company policy.
They also said it had nothing to do with politics.
Yeah.
No specific reasons.
Yeah.
No specific reasons.
But I did notice, what's his name in New York? Brumsfield or Broomfield or something?
Bloomberg.
This is hard-hitting political action news right here with Party Foul Steve Powell.
No, his ads were all over, Thanksgiving Day football and stuff.
Yep.
So several people over the last weekend after Bloomberg had... Yeah.
Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah, after he announced his presidency, a lot of people said, well, he's a Democratic Trump because he's a successful business person and all of these things. This is the same guy who, by the way, just this past week gave an interview and started talking about Xi Jinping, who is, of course, the dictator. You give him whatever title you want, the dictator in China, and they were talking about his constituency. And he was like, they were like, constituency, he doesn't have, they're like, oh yeah, of course, he's still subject to the power of the people and the voice of the people. They're like, yeah, but he's not elected. Like, there's not voters out there. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, but still, anybody anywhere in the world is still subject to the power of the people and blah blah blah. Like, no.
You get put in the salt mine.
They'll just keep piling the bodies up because that's what communists do. So Bloomberg's a moron too. So trust me, look, we've all felt the pain of, I feel like my zipper's down. It's not. I'm just comfortable,
Your
Natalie.
pants are unbuttoned. I can see that from here.
My pants are unbuttoned. I didn't take anything about my pants being unbuttoned, Steve.
Oh.
Why are you looking at my junk?
You were flaunting it. You put it out there.
Why are you looking at my Xi Jinping?
Now I can't not look.
Yeah, look at it. Go on, hold it, son. That's how we do stuff in the monkey cage. Right there. Got it.
Welcome.
Go on, Steve.
Nope.
Let me man spread for you, Justin Trudeau.
Oh, I hope there's pop.
This is like Jessica.
You get stuck like that.
This is Jessica Yaniv at the gynecologist office right here.
Yep.
Jessica Yaniv waiting on his cervix to get papped and smeared.
Just wanted a speculum up his ass.
You want something?
You just never buttoned them after your poop when you were
no,
dreaming
still
about
thinking about me.
Calais.
When I sit down and my fat belly kind of rolls out a little bit,
Yeah.
I like to get comfy in here. That's why people, they tend to look at this show and they're like, God, you're gaining weight. And I'm like, kiss my ass. All of it.
That's me.
As soon as they stop showing the movie on it. Yeah.
I've told you this. You're still in great shape.
Oh, I'll be 47 in a couple of days.
I wouldn't lie to you.
You lie a little.
I don't.
Okay,
I tell you the
thank you.
truth. I wouldn't lie. You can put your vagina down.
I've sort of, no. No. I'm waiting on someone to come smear my pap. Listen, if Yaniv can do it, I can do it. I want somebody.
Hold on, we'll be right there.
Here's where Kamala Harris's election is. Look at this, folks. Look, now don't hurt me.
Oh gosh. I think. Ooh.
That's a cacti. That's a straight up cactus, and it's dusty. Oh my Lord.
You
will you send that off to the lab?
You left some of your pubes over here.
We're gonna need that.
There's some pubic hair over here.
Ugh. Oh God! Once I got up there, it was hard to get off. Whoa.
Oh.
Hey.
I'm glad that cactus didn't weigh more than I thought it was.
Right.
Nicholas Feliciano, 18, was put in a medical-induced coma after a certain incident. The teenager trying to hang himself in his jail cell, and guards failed to intervene. Almost sounds like someone else we know. Footage is said to show a corrections officer opening the teenager's jail cell door. He was then said to have walked away after failing to help the suffocating teenager. Well, you want to talk about scared straight. Just going to let you die in there. So this was Rikers. Rikers Island guards. They were suspended. There was 4 of them. They stood by for 7 minutes while a teenage inmate tried to hang himself. Video described, a reporter shows one of the guards opening the jail cell and just walking away. Well, there you go. Like, if you want to do it, do it.
That's what I'm thinking. They're like, well, he did it.
But let's talk about that for a minute. Like, okay, you want to kill yourself? I'm not making light of suicide.
No, not at all.
But
Very
if you want
serious.
to kill yourself and you're in that situation, should you just let them do it? Or should you stop them? Because are they going to do it again? I mean, what's the deal?
Well, you don't want him to do it in jail, and then you got to fill out a lot of paperwork.
Oh,
so you got to go let him out first.
So I don't know. I mean, and I know. See, I'm the one who's always willing to say what people are thinking.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to say it out loud. But my deal is he's hanging himself. Okay.
So for
one
7
less to
minutes,
feed
right?
today.
I mean, there's a sign that hanging yourself may not be the quickest way to
Oh,
go.
no. And I don't know. I've heard them talk about, with suicides, there's certain ways, people who are going to do it, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then there's people who don't want to do it, which is really just a cry for help.
Right.
And then I've heard people who, have jumped off of stuff that didn't kill them, jumped off a bridge or something, and as soon as they jumped, they immediately changed their mind. They kind of lived to tell that tale. So, anyway, it's kind of crazy.
But he must have done it all wrong.
And did we ever figure out when our friend from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, when he was filming that guy?
Oh yeah, from Jay Johnson, when that guy jumped.
When the guy jumped, did you ever figure out if the guy fell or he actually jumped? We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
but he filmed that. He was watching it,
and he was saying, "Don't jump," and he doesn't know if he was jumping or if he fell or
he
what.
was just hanging and fell or something like that.
Bad.
Parkour.
Yeah, doing parkour in the garage and was like, "Oh, whoa, you're way up high."
Went a little too far.
Yeah. So you go from that, and there was a resource officer in Wisconsin in a high school that reportedly shot an armed 17-year-old.
Good.
Who refused. Send all hate mail to steve@watchchad.com. Refused orders to drop his gun, pointed it at responding cops. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? You got to do that, right?
Yep, you got to.
Yeah.
Does it say what his intentions were? Was he in there? Was he looking for
I don't know,
suicide by
but let
cop?
me just tell you something. If the cops come in and you got your hands in your pockets and they say take your hands out of your pockets and you won't do it, and then when you remove a handgun from your waistband and point it at the officers, you're going to get shot, okay?
Yeah, what do you expect?
But he received relatively minor wounds, according to a fire commander at the scene. So they retarded him from shooting anyone else. That was...
It's
Circling
true.
back around.
Yeah.
Well, and I wonder if this was, I mean, I don't know what his intentions were, but if you aim it at a cop that's typically suicide by cop, you want him to kill you.
And maybe he just wounded him.
Suicide by cop, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or was he there to shoot up the school?
I don't know. Hey, give me a new ad. I want to read something. I want to change the deal. No safe spaces. Have you heard about this? It's a movie. Almost daily, we hear stories of terrifying assaults on free speech in America. These people, they're so absolutely unglued. They want to accuse the conservatives, Christians, those of the Jewish faith, of being Nazis simply because they disagree with leftist doctrine. Instead of engaging in an exchange of ideas, they seek to silence anybody they can disagree with through obstruction, threats, and even violence. Even their own campus newspapers. In No Safe Spaces radio talk show host Dennis Prager And my buddy and podcast king Adam Carolla exposed the attack on free speech and free thought. It began in the universities. Now it's infecting our workplace environment, social media, and if left unchecked, your home might be next. So the film features Ben Shapiro, Ann Coulter, Jordan Peterson, and others as they fight back against the assault on our freedoms. No Safe Spaces opens in hundreds of screens across America this weekend. This is a chance for you to let your voice be heard on freedom of speech. So go to nosafespaces.com, click the theater button, find a theater near you. The founding fathers put freedom of speech first for a reason, and without it, none of our other rights are possible. Nosafespaces.com. So I'll see you at the theaters this weekend. What else we got? People getting shot, people getting crazy. Jeff Epstein is dead. It's amazing to me how many people say Jeff Epstein ain't dead. He's dead. He dead. Candace, are you asleep at your desk over there? She's always got
Working
her
on
head
stuff.
down, hiding out over there.
Working on stuff. Always.
But he's dead, right?
Right.
He's dead.
But that body did look different
I don't care. He's dead.
than him.
He couldn't live. They couldn't let him live. That's where I came to. And what's funny is I go on Glenn Beck Radio the other morning, and Glenn's trying to talk me out of my conspiracy theory. And I'm like, it's not even a conspiracy theory at this point. Like, I'm just telling you the facts. And I can't believe Glenn Beck, of all people, trying to talk me out of a conspiracy theory. And by the end of it, he was like, okay, like if I was a betting man, I'd still stick to where I am, but I would bet far smaller amounts of money to do this. So anyway, yeah. Would you take a Christmas gift from North Korea?
Sounds like they want to send one.
Yeah, it sounds like a Trojan horse kind of situation to me. Yeah, I don't know.
I bet we send a bigger one back to them if they send one our way.
Well, it's like our
Oh.
buddy Michael Loftus says, you're like, I hit my button, ding, and he's like, oh, sorry, China. You just never know where
Where's
it's
this coming
gonna
from, Candace?
go.
I mean, why send us a sudden Christmas gift?
It's ramping up all of a sudden. I thought things were pretty quiet
know,
over
I
there
thought
for a
we
while.
were-
The reason for that is because they've kind of been out of the news. So they have to. He has to have a reason to get back in the
to
news.
be relevant.
I think that maybe we didn't get the McDonald's built fast enough in Pyongyang. And
just
we do billions and billions are served.
Oh gosh.
Billions served. Hong Kong.
The special sauce is just not quite the same.
It is.
Well, I'll tell you
different.
what. Kim Jong-un keep messing around. We're going to turn him into special sauce. About that.
At that.
How about that? Meet me outside. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? Yeah. Trump, though, and I'll finish with this. Trump said on Tuesday that his relationship with North Korea and leader Kim Jong-un warned that President Barack Obama would have had the U.S. involved in World War by now. He said, this is totally Trump, right? This is so Trump. And this is why I love him. This right here is why I love him. He goes, I'm possibly the only one he has that kind of relationship with in the world. They call it the Hermit Kingdom. I know a lot about his Hermit Kingdom. But I have a very good relationship. If you would have listened to President Obama, we'd be in World War III right now. There you go. So that's what he said at the NATO meeting the other day. I have confidence in him. I like him. He likes me. We have a good relationship. We'll see what happens. He definitely likes sending rockets up, doesn't he? That's why I call him Rocket Man. But we have a very good relationship, and we'll see what happens. It may work out. It may not. But in the meantime, it's been a long time.
I don't think he's wrong. Obama just keep drawing lines in the sand.
Yeah. Yeah. He said, President Obama said it's the number one problem and it would have been war. You'd be in a war right now if it weren't for me. We have peace. And at least speaking for myself, I have a very good personal relationship, and he has with me. Meanwhile, North Korea, which launched 2 short-range missiles last week off its east coast, said the U.S. is running out of time to reach a nuclear deal, saying the Trump administration can decide what type of, quote, Christmas gift it receives from the reclusive regime.
Definitely sounds like a threat.
A little bit.
Oh, we come at you, President Trump. Why you call me Little Rocket Man? Why you call me short and fat? Why you call me short and fat? I got a button on my deck and I use it. Sorry, China. I'm sorry, China.
I mean, will those missiles really make it over here?
Not yet. But they can reach they can reach places that matter, like Japan.
But do they really reach where they
South
want them
Korea.
to go?
Yeah. Oh, where go? Oh no, yo, shit, you'll go east, no way.
You hang a right.
It wiggle. It got a lot of wiggle in the tail when it moves like this.
It's coming back.
Oh shit! Somebody get a key to the bunker. My binoculars are broken. Oh my God,
gonna
that is
piss
a
off our
sexy
Korean
man. Though.
fans.
Let me tell you something.
There they go.
They made John Legend. People magazine said John Legend is the sexiest man. Like if you're the sexiest man in the world, why do they have a new one every year? I don't understand. Like if it's Gerard Butler, shouldn't, as long as he's alive, shouldn't he remain the sexiest man in the world?
365 days of sexy.
Yeah, I mean, why don't you just say you're the sexiest man at the moment?
Right.
Y'all can put one of those out every week.
Like Miss
Party
America.
Foul Steve could be on there.
Like Miss America.
Yeah.
Changes.
Yeah, sexiest man in the world,
Could be
but
on your
John
own
Legend, he
calendar.
looks like Arthur.
Wasn't
the
George
cartoon.
Clooney sexiest man for
Was.
several times though?
Matthew McConaughey.
George Clooney. More than
Yeah.
once?
Yeah.
I think he was.
But once he did Dallas Buyers Club and started rolling boogers in a Buick
Yeah.
or a Lincoln
Oh,
or
you're
whatever it
talking
is that
about
McConaughey's
McConaughey.
driving
McConaughey.
and started pulling for the Longhorns.
He's
Yes.
always pulled
He's
for
always
that.
I
pulled
know,
for
but
them.
once you add all three together,
I bet
It's
he
just
ain't
no.
quit smoking weed.
It's not happening.
He's moved on to edibles.
the man doesn't use deodorant.
No, he doesn't.
Stanky. Neither does Jason Momoa. But you
Oh.
cannot tell me Jason Momoa is not sexier than John freaking Legend. John Legend, he looks like a cartoon. He looks like Arthur.
Yeah.
Where were we the other night? Jason Momoa was in town filming a movie.
We were in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah.
Filming the new movie.
Yeah, man, they got that place. Oh, you think a movie production, it takes over the entire city.
Mm-hmm.
There's trucks everywhere. The lights are on. I mean, it's crazy. And it's nighttime. The stadium lights are all on. They're filming this thing and blah, blah, blah.
I'm not a real big meathead kind of fan of dudes, but there's something about The Rock.
You're
Dwayne
sorta
Johnson?
married to one.
You think he's not a meathead?
You're married to a meathead.
No.
Did you say you're not into dudes? I mean, I'm not.
I'm
that's
not into
wrong.
dudes.
To a giant of a
I was
man.
gonna say his resume is pretty
I
impressive.
know it is, but he's not a meathead. He's not like work. Like I'm talking
No.
about like
Like big
Dwayne
muscle.
Johnson.
Oh, The Rock's a monster.
But there's something about him that works,
Well,
even
of
though he's
course.
got like, yeah,
Neck rolls.
yeah.
I have neck rolls, but
No,
they're from a different deal.
His look like in the wiener pack, you know.
He's got neck rolls, but they're like abs on the back of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he works out his neck
do you
rolls.
work that
How do you
out?
work out your
How do you
neck
work
rolls?
it out?
We got to get out of here. Look, it's his personality. You got to love The Rock.
That's true.
You got to love
Probably,
The Rock.
yeah.
Because if you go back and you look at the early pictures of The Rock, you know, where he had the mullet and the hair and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like Rock with hair is not the same as bald Rock. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody can out promote him on a movie, and I've said that. Him and Kevin Hart.
Oh, they're
promoting
great.
that new movie.
Top of
could
the world.
watch
Top of the
it
world.
all
The
day
best
long.
entertainer on the planet right now is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. No question about it.
Oh, okay.
No question about it.
I feel like that with Kevin Hart as well.
Kevin
think
Hart,
they're both
hardworking
great.
dude.
They're great.
You know, Kevin Hart used to send his guys out. They'd go out to the malls when he was going to be in a city performing. This is where people come from, I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
They'd go out to the malls. They'd collect email addresses on paper on a clipboard so they could send emails to people inviting them to shows. That's what they would do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, hard work, it's all about the hard work. You got to go out there and put it in. The Rock was the same way. You can't outwork that dude.
That's what you've done.
I have done it. I mean, I'm not that, you know, but I'm a hustler.
Yeah.
Listen, I can remember 15 years ago somebody saying to me that you're a hustler. You're not going to outwork me. That's a fact, Jack. That's why we took on the Yardbirds thing with Bougie Sean. People are like, do you not have enough going on?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I want to come eat chicken with you guys.
Come on, you can come eat chicken with us. Party Foul Steve wants to be on the show. Nope. Look at him.
Did I haven't asked to be on that show.
Yes, he has. He wants to be on the show.
You're too busy with
Trust me.
other
Trust me,
Yeah,
he
I've
wants
podcasts.
to be.
got
He's-
my own. We're starting our own YouTube channel with the Beer for Brunch.
Beer for
Oh.
brunch is going to be there's going to be a Party Foul Nation YouTube.
Wow.
So it's coming. You better get it up because I'm about to make
That's
this
right.
announcement. It comes out tonight, Steve.
Yeah, well, mine's not gonna be up that quick.
It's literally, Steve, all you got to do is go on there and do it.
Yeah.
Right now. You could have done it right now while we're talking.
Oh, I could start my YouTube
You
channel.
can
Yes,
do
I
it
can
from your
Great.
phone.
I can do it from my phone.
You
I
go
know
in,
that,
log
but
on,
I don't
and say,
have
I wanna create a
content
new
for it
page.
yet.
You don't
So-
have to have content. Just have it
Oh.
up.
Okay.
Be a hustler.
You could sit. You're in a TV studio, dude.
All right.
You come over here and sit on the thing. I'll run the camera, and you can just talk to it for a little while, and you can and all you want.
Hey, and Matt Locke's coming in after a while.
Yeah.
I'll get him on there too, and we'll just talk about it. I like it.
Come on. You get
Wheels are
Calais
turning.
and Natalie to take their shirts off, run
Yeah.
around behind you.
Yeah.
Will they let
Natalie's
that on YouTube?
looking for an excuse.
I mean, you can try.
Yeah. Get blocked the first day. Is
But-
there YouTube jail, like Facebook jail and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can be
Okay.
There is YouTube
deplatformed,
jail.
demonetized, all kind of things.
Oh, yeah, that happened with that other guy that works for the Blaze.
He doesn't work for the Blaze, but he is on the Blaze.
He's on the Blaze?
His name is Steven Crowder. Yes.
Yeah.
He's sort of a thing.
Kind of a big deal.
Coming for you, Crowder. Just kidding.
Is
we
he
don't
the
want
one
none
that
of you.
says change my mind kind of stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I've seen a couple of his little funny
And I will
skits.
give a shout out. Our buddy Graham Allen, who used to occupy podcast space right over there. His Dear America podcast is back as of yesterday. He's no longer with the Blaze, but that's okay. He's still part of our family and of course, has a great relationship with the Blaze. So if you're not subscribed to Graham Allen, get his Dear America. Get Beer for Brunch on the Matlock Show. And, of course, that's going to be a brand new thing.
Yeah, it's not going to be on the Matlock Show anymore.
No, it's going to be a
gonna
brand
on
new
its own.
podcast coming out. And it'll be a Beer for Brunch podcast. So, of course, tell all your friends to keep on subscribing right here. The chat. And by the way, if you're watching this thing, it's real simple. Just go out there. The beauty of it is we bring you all this stuff for free, and you bitch about us reading some ads every now and then. Whoopie doo. Other people pay for you to be able to sit here and hang out with us, and that's a beautiful thing. So what we want you to do is just click the little thumbs up button, the little like button. That's all we want you to do. And then if you have a Facebook or a Twitter or whatever it is you do that you like to do, share the link.
Well, and I think the ads are entertaining.
I try to make them that way
Well,
sometimes.
Get
Get your tack
Roman.
pack. Well, Get Roman left us.
What?
They did?
Yeah, we made too many people hard.
I want to try that tack pack, especially
Tack
now.
pack's great,
Yeah.
man.
And building this AR-15 from the
They
for
send
the
you
guts,
parts.
and I'm doing all the parts and
They
everything.
send
like
me
that.
stuff on the tack pack that I'm like, now what does this do? Pretty fascinating stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
I just told Natalie about one that you did today. I'm like, it actually gets your attention and teaches you something you didn't know about.
What was
There
it?
you go.
The gym, you had a subscription for the gym, silver and gold gym package.
I don't even know. I
So
don't
many.
even know. There's so many things.
Natalie's
But you know what I
brother-in-law's
am? You know what I am?
What?
I'm a VIP at Texas Gun Experience.
You are a VIP.
I got the platinum membership over there.
Yep.
Which means I can come in there and do the same things that the gold and silver people do.
Yep.
But I get to go into another room and sit on chairs.
Hashtag me too.
It's been a lot of fun, and people will message me now and tell me when they're coming up to the gun range, and I'll run up there and meet them and get to meet people. And
It's funny because I told Joseph and Jared the other day, I said, you guys are expensive friends. And they said, just imagine how expensive it would be if we weren't your friends. Oh.
well, that if you have a chance to go into Texas Gun Experience, it is truly. I don't think there is another gun range out there. It is beautiful.
Oh, no, it's a gorgeous range. I sighted in, I want to show everybody, I sighted in my new Creedmoor 6.5. And let me get past that naked picture right there, that naked picture right there. So we sighted it in, and Colin Throckmorton and I and J.D. Devine, the GM there, we took J.D.'s name tag off of his shirt, magnetic name tag. We shot it, and at 50 yards with the Creedmoor, and there's JD's name tag right there. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Boom. It's got the 2 holes in it, and I told him, I said, you need to wear that. We put 2 holes
Talk
in
about
it at 50
advertising.
yards. Yeah, right there. JD at Texas Gun Experience. I sighted in. We didn't sight it in. It was already sighted in. That thing's actually sighted in at 1,400 yards. So if anybody wants to take me out to kill something,
Pew pew.
we can poo-poo it. We can poo-poo it.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. Good stuff. Tac Pack. Who else we got? We got Patriot Mobile And the No Safe Spaces movie coming out this weekend. Thank you guys for tuning in. Calais, thanks for hanging out. Party Foul Steve, thanks for being the sexy beast that you are.
Hey, every day.
And I say that projecting it over towards Natalie. Candace, thank you for being the brains and the mind and the filter for my brains and mind and filter. And, of course, the Puppet Master Mark, welcome back from Liberty University in Virginia and all those kind of
Go Flames.
crazy stuff. Go Flames! Go Flames. And my Georgia Bulldogs play the LSU Tigers in the SEC Championship this weekend, so I will be somewhere in Fort Worth, Texas, maybe crying. We'll see how it goes.
It's a great Saturday for college football, for sure.
Championship, yeah.
Big
And,
stuff.
hey, Alabama, sorry, didn't make it. You didn't make it. You didn't make it. Maybe get a kicker. You talk about suicide. That kicker for Alabama tried to hang himself, but he couldn't kick the chair out from underneath him. Hey! Oh! Hey! We love you. God bless you. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.